Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is VassaOlga and today we're discussing a really interesting thing. It's called job interview. I know that most of you are kind of like afraid and terrified as I am because I've been attending job interviews frequently for a couple of months, and I know that it's super scary and you want to be careful. You want to feel like you're absolutely perfect. Sometimes we have to think out of the box, and you don't have to wear brown colors for your job or job interviews. Not always. You have to do pretty much casual and at the same time pretty makeup looks. If you're interested, then please keep on watching. Well, what do we have here? My face without any preps. So at first I'm gonna make sure that my skin is fully ready, and under all this layers of my foundation and other kind of like powder and makeup itself, I want to make sure that it's still kind of like silky and well prepared. That's why I'm going to use my coconut oil as a regular option that I always use before doing my foundation. But if you don't have any coconut oil, that's not a problem, believe me or not, but you can use any oil you have. So what should we know about job interview? At first, this makeup look has to be soft, but at the same time, you're still allowed to do makeup a little bit brighter than just regular brown colors. I'm gonna move to my foundation. Today I'll be using my BH liquid foundation. I'm not gonna mix it with my regular Wet n Wild foundation because I feel like this is really fair for my fair skin tone, and we're not gonna use a lot of baking powder for today's look. That's why I guess this is gonna be pretty much fine for me to use. With my foundation brush, I'm gonna buff this out. Move into my concealer because we cannot skip this step. Definitely I will be using my Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer. We're gonna add just a little bit underneath my eyes and my forehead and on my chin. Well, my face looks really fresh, and I am not gonna lie, this makeup look is really easy to recreate. So with the NYX Stay Matte but Not Flat Powder Foundation, now I have a thin layer of foundation, a little bit of a concealer, and just the tiniest bit of my powder. Contouring. This is Wet n Wild Megaglo Contouring Palette Contour. Just a little bit on my brush and start kind of like contouring. A little bit more on the tip of my nose. You know that I really like this trick. My next step is to do my brows. This is essential, and I realized that, wow, it was such a horrible thing when I didn't wear any brows at all. And my friend, she asked me like, how can you walk with some makeup without any brows? And I said like, okay, this is fine. My next step was a little bit kind of still weird. I wore my brows not even using any pencil. Basically it was some sort of like eyeshadows, and only in years, well, it took me years, believe me or not, to start doing my brows, and I still feel like I'm not a guru in this at this point. So I want to dive into my Makeup Revolution. I use it every single time, so please check out my videos, previous one. Freedom Be Free to Makeup Professional London. Color Chocolate. So I'm gonna dive with this brow brush into this product and start doing my brows. So at first I'm gonna outline my brow. My next step is to fill in the brow. Megaclear mascara. first I'm creating the straws with the help of the pencil. Today I'm using Essence pencil. And my next step is to use Maybelline New York Tattoo Brow. I use it really often on my channel. I like the combo of these two. So guys, all the products that I'm using on my channel, they're super extremely affordable. Before kind of like doing my eyes, I want to still focus on my highlighter. So I guess it's not a crime to use a little bit of a highlighter, and you can use any you prefer the most, but today I'm using Supreme Highlighter Gold from Makeup Revolution. It's Revolution Pro. I just realized that I don't really want to use any blush. I feel I'm blushing a lot, and I have a really thin layer of foundation. That's why, wow, you can definitely see when I start blushing. And I guess a little bit on my Cupid's bow. So, perfect. I mean, a little bit of mascara and you're ready to go, but you know me. I cannot afford myself to go somewhere without eyeshadow. So today I'll be using Memories color. This is going to be the basic one, and Royal, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be the color that I'm going to accomplish my upper lid. And then a little bit on my lower lid, I will be using the Sky and Memories again. And as the kind of like transition shade, transition color, I thought the lavender would be the best option. I'm about to grab my biggest and fluffiest brush from the whole collection of brushes. It's gonna be Full Color from Beauty Bay. If I'm not mistaken, it's British brand as well. So this is really fluffy and big. And I wanna focus on my lavender color as a transition one. So where should we focus this color? At first, it's gonna be on my inner third and really close to the nose bridge, to the nose sides actually. So I'm kind of like bringing this color. I really like this fluffy brush because it gives this texture and volume to your makeup look. Then I'm gonna bring this to the outer third of your lid, outer corner. It just depends on what you prefer the most to call it. And of course, you just can pick any shape you prefer the most. My next step is pretty much obvious. I am gonna grab this kind of like round shape brush and dive into my Memories color and dive into this pretty color. So here it comes when you create a shape. What shape you prefer the most? I love a V shape. I love this kind of like really nice vampy looks, but someone has a thing for a round shape. I can totally get it. It just depends on what color you like to use in your routine, and at the same time it depends on what eye shape you have. Here I am with a really nice and girly makeup look, and it's not brown, but at the same time this is so pretty. And last color to use on my upper lid is going to be Royal. We discussed this a little bit earlier before, but I had some struggles to apply actually this color without any brush, wet brush. So definitely this color is not for the dry brush. I don't know, probably this pigment is pressed a little bit too hard, and probably the best option here is to use some concealer on your lid and then start applying this color. That's why I'm gonna go to my concealer makeup from Makeup Revolution that we used a little bit earlier and apply this right on my brush. And create some sort of like shape. A little bit of this Royal color that we just discussed a few seconds ago. Yes, and with some wet brush, it looks much better. If you ask me, would I recommend this shadow palette to buy, I would definitely recommend. This has a lot of different pigmented colors, but royal color is, I guess, is not one of my favorite. It's a little bit hard to move this product to actually apply, and it starts creasing, I guess, pretty much fast. That's why this is not my favorite one from this palette, but not bad to use. I'm gonna finish up the look with the same color Memory on my lower lid. Just a little bit. We don't have to do anything extra. With a little bit smaller brush, probably with the same one, I'm gonna dive into lavender color that we used as a transition one and try to kind of like play with these colors. And of course, a little bit of my sky color from here, silver, is gonna give this texture and kind of like hint of something unusual. And apply this right in my corner. So my next step is pretty much obvious. I'm gonna use my e.l.f. Intense Ink eyeliner from e.l.f. Cosmetics and create a line, and then I will coat my lashes with my favorite mascara from Essence, and I guess I'll be right back. So I'm gonna kind of like create a line. And today I'm gonna use my first time e.l.f. Cosmetics lipstick. Well, this is not the first time I'm using this. This is the first time I'm using this on my channel. Baby pink. We didn't use any setting powder, that's why I think that you can leave it this way or use your fixing spray. Okay guys, I guess this is the final result. I hope you really like it. I hope that it's going to be helpful for you. I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye.